Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell to be notified for future videos. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're working on the Gaslands Donk 71 Buick Riviera. So, we started off like we always do. Took it apart, examining our body. Beautiful, simple casting. Our interior, looking great, as always. Put that down there, nice. And our base, very simple, easy to work with. And our wheels that we just throw away because that's not what we're using today. Today we are using big 4x4 wheels off I think it was a dollar store Jeep that I got at a lot of cars many years ago. So that is what we are using. Our axle is bent on the back, but that doesn't affect the car or the build because it's a Gaslands build. And it doesn't matter because Gaslands are meant to be not perfect, as Keith says over at Outlaw Speed Shop. Now we are trying to fit the vehicle together and see what we are going to work with. I got very confused, obviously, and put the car together backwards many times, obviously. I do not know why, but I did. Just seeing what we were going to do with the glass, but we don't use the glass at all because it is not needed. You will see later in the video that it is not needed. Because it would be blocked anyway, and there would be no point of putting glass back in. But that's besides the point. Now we're going to take it apart, and we're going to start examining this base, and we're going to start working with it to see where the ride height will be for this car. The ride height did change multiple times, and it pissed me off. But that's besides the point. Now we're going to do our normal thing. Smooth down those rivets as best as possible so we have the best coverage. And now we're going to start working on the wheels. What I'm doing here is I was thinking of ideas of how I was going to put the wheels on so they had enough movement and enough room so it didn't interfere with the body. But then at the end I decided to not worry about that at all and just cut the rivet or the end piece off of the wheel and glue it back together because it made it short enough to where I wanted it. And it was perfect. So honestly, I do not know why I'm even wasting my time showing you guys all this footage because I didn't even use any of it. Anyways, guys, how's everyone been? I know it's been crazy and everything's been, weird still, but I'm curious, how's everyone been? In the comments below, please put how you've been. I would like to know. I'm curious on how everyone's doing, and I care for every single one of you. Anyways, back to the build here. You can see me struggling with some brass tubing. Well, I think that was actually partial copper, but, I don't know anymore. I have a big thing of it in my basement, so I use whatever the heck's in there. I also need to really sharpen that tool there, those cutters, because it's very dull. I think I'm going to get that on the grinder this week, so it's sharper for next week's video. If you guys do like these videos, please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications so you get access to future videos. Now we're back. I did a lot of work here, obviously. I put a back plate, I put a front plate, and then I put these side guards on. Yes, I know everything's different colors, but that doesn't matter. Also, look at our base. It's all together. All the wheels are rocking and rolling. We used our Gorilla Glue like we always do. And now we are going to work on the exhaust pipes. So what I do is I put a line with my new X-Acto knife blade just to mark it because I didn't have my Sharpie. Then I go into my box and grab my new X-Acto knife blade so it's nice and sharp so it's an easy cut. Remember guys, I'm still down on my Dremel, so it's been very hard to do custom builds like this. But we are getting through. So I take the time and cut it, and then it cuts through. Yeah, right there, where I want it, and then I break it. Remember guys, nothing has to be perfect, nothing has to be measured properly. Then we take my file just to smooth out the area so no one gets cut, because it is a jagged edge. Remember, always smooth down your areas so you don't cut yourself. But now I'm just measuring to where the I think the exhaust is going to go. And then I put down my Gorilla Glue. Not sponsored, but use Gorilla Glue. It's the best glue around, in my opinion. Here we are, putting it down right in between, just so it has enough room for the wheels to still turn. Looking great, looking great. Now we're going to do it again. We're going to measure our second piece. Also, guys, if you are curious, my finals did go well last week. I think I did great, and I will know my grades by the end of the month. Also, I am feeling much better, so that is always a plus. I don't think I had COVID or anything, but I had a really bad head cold, and it really just, bleh, And it was like 2 days, and then after that, I was feeling better. Anyways, now the second exhaust was put on. Yes, one is longer than the other, but again, like I said, nothing's perfect with Gaslands because it's apocalyptic and it was probably put together in a rush. That was the goal that I did with this car. This car was found and it was just put together. Now we're going to move on to the base. We're going to grab our file. We're going to file the back bumper because we are going to put a protective beam back there, just in case if anyone would try to ram you. You have something to protect your buttocks on. Buttocks, that's a funny word. Buttocks. Anyways, what we have here is a thicker piece of steel that we did not use because I'm not smart when I record and I don't edit out small things like that. Anyways, we did the front bumper and the back bumper just to make it smooth so the piece can fit. Once we think it is fitable, we grab it and we measure it. But again, I decided not to use this piece because A, it was too thick, and B, I didn't want to ruin my blade because it was new. It did get halfway through, but it would have just taken too long and it would have just worn out that blade. Look at all that shaking. It knocked everything off my desk here over. It just wasn't going. So I went a different route and I grabbed a thinner version of the exhaust tube like you see right there. And it worked out 10 times better than I ever thought because it just did, It was just one of those things. Now I am waiting for myself to come back so I can see my hands so I know what to say. And here we are, we're back. So we found a different tube and it looks like enough, and we're going to mark it like we do. Put it down and we're going to start rolling. I guess not yet. Now we're starting to rolling, and it flew. But luckily the piece I needed stayed on the table. Now you grab your glue, put it on the front side of your bumper, cover that front bumper, and then you put on your bumper. Make sure it's wet enough so it'll stick. Surprisingly, this sticked first time. I didn't really have any trouble here. Then I added just more like support glue on the top just so it would stick better. And it did. And then we did that again for the back. But now we're going to look at the body here, and we're going to sand down the glue that with the excess glue because I didn't like it. And also I think it would just put a lot more effect in there. So we did the hood. Now we're doing the roof. And then we're doing the sides here just to get some excess glue off. But in the end, the glue actually helped because it made it look like it was a weld or just a rust patch. So it was pretty cool. This is a new segment I thought to do. I painted the car and I wanted to show you where it was. This was the first thing of paint that I did, and I think it turned out pretty cool. Now, this is like our like almost assembled car. We have our weathering powder that we're going to use, and we're going to smother this car in weathering powder. So it looks pretty cool without clear coat on it, but once we do clear coat it, like what I wanted actually came through. So we're just getting all the crevices that I would think that would rust, and also I did do some research online on where 71 Riviera's rust. And you would believe it, they rusted under the windows on the side there, and then the rear fender, and under the wheel well. It was actually really surprising, actually. And then the front nose. would sometimes rust because, I don't know, I guess water just sit there a lot, and also the roof would rust a lot. So that's where I just put the where it rusted a lot normally in the on the car here. Sorry. And then also we did our base and our interior, but I lost that footage sadly, so we do not have that footage right now. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you keep coming to the fish tank to watch more videos. It's been awesome that we've hit 50 subscribers. I can't wait to hit 100 and keep on moving from there. You guys are the best supporters I've had, and I've never really gotten big into the social media, but you guys made me feel welcomed, and I appreciate it. Next, we're going to show our final results, and we are going to go there shortly. Hey everybody, welcome back to our final part of our video for this week. So, I hope everybody enjoyed the, dusting of powder and all the excess detail that we did on our vehicle. Now, I'm going to show you our final results. I did clear coat this. I know it doesn't look like much, but it made the paint dull and it made the rust very vivid. My goal was just to make it look light, like it was starting to rust. So look at that. You can see it a little bit. I think it turned out pretty sweet, actually. And then your interior, just did some light stuff because you can barely see it as it is. Darken the glue up to make it look like welds. Did some back here. Looks pretty cool. And then we got our base. We did some detail there. Rust. Wheels did them. Both sides, beautiful, beautiful. I apologize, it's very late on Tuesday night before I post the video tomorrow. And I am super tired. But I got everything done for you guys this week, and I cannot wait to show you. Let's go to it. This was our before, and here's our after. Thanks for stopping by the fish tank, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and come back for next week for another video. Thank you, guys.